Hi, I'm April and I am a blessed mama of 9 children. And today I want to talk to you about a real danger for parents that they may not see coming, and that is children having crushes on other children. If you think about it, there really is a short amount of time in your life where it is appropriate to pursue another person or be attracted to a person or have a crush on a person, and that is really when you are ready for marriage. Before that is not appropriate, and there are actually a lot of consequences to that. And then after your marriage, obviously, it is not okay to have a crush on someone who is not your spouse. During someone's childhood, and I'm talking about, a 4-year-old or a teenager, either one, that's a training ground for being loyal to your future spouse. You can be loyal to your future spouse even before you have ever met them. You don't want to be giving your heart away to other people before marriage. You want to save your heart. You obviously want to save your physical body for your future spouse, but you also want to save your heart for your future spouse. And when children are having crushes on other children, that is giving little pieces of their heart away. And it's also teaching them to possibly bounce around from person to person. Well, I like this person this week, and now I like that person, and I can just forget about that person and go to the next one. This could even be just, they might even have a crush on someone for a whole year. Teenagers do this a lot. They'll have a crush on someone for months or a year, and then next year it's somebody else. And by allowing this, we're actually teaching them that that is okay. And it's not okay to bounce around from person to person. And it's not okay to obsess about people who you are not married to. And so these conversations among children, you might not actually know that they are occurring, and you might want to ask your child, because I overheard my children talking about it one time, and one of them told me, well, I have a crush on this person. And I just said, no, you don't. No, you don't, because you don't actually know that person, first of all, but second, that's not appropriate. It's not appropriate for you. And my child wasn't upset. They were just kind of like, oh, I didn't know. I didn't know that was not appropriate. And it really wasn't a problem. They were able to just kind of drop that immediately. And, so I'm just saying that it's good to just kind of let your kids know about this, that it's not appropriate. And if they are feeling attracted to someone else, they need to work toward not feeling that way. A lot of people will say, well, it's natural. It's natural for men to be attracted to women, and it's natural for women to be attracted to men. And I do agree with that. God made Eve for Adam. It's not good for man to be alone. We all feel that we need a person to spend our lives with, and that is true. But we have to teach that self-control early on. We can't just say, well, that's natural. I think God is showing us throughout our childhood that we long for someone. We really long for Jesus, but He blesses us by giving us a best friend in this life through our marriage. But when we do things like that outside of marriage, that is not the right way to go about it. That's not the healthy way to go about it. That encourages things like fornication. We long to serve our flesh, right? But we need to learn to have self-control over those things and pursue marriage in the right way. I know that a lot of times it is easy to think that this is cute or funny or it's natural. Children and teenagers should not be having boyfriends. When you begin a romantic relationship with someone, there is a natural progression. And if you are unable to be married for years, you don't want to start down that road, because that's really only setting you up for fornication and a lot of disappointment. When we really love someone and we desire them physically and emotionally, we don't want to wait. We don't want to wait to start our lives with that person. Or, and I will just say, if you don't feel that way about someone, you probably shouldn't marry them. If you are not excited to start your life with them, and it's hard, it should be hard for you to wait to marry them. But if you are of the age where you cannot be married, then you should not start down that path. And we need to protect our kids from this, and it's not okay for a young woman to pursue a man who doesn't have a job, or, he's not old enough to provide for her and their future children. And so it's not okay for teenagers to have boyfriends or girlfriends. These relationships they are just stealing from your future marriage. They're just robbing you. They're just robbing your child of what could be. But it begins early on. We have to explain this to them before they really get attached to someone, because they don't know the dangers, and we need to help them. We need to guide them. So that is really what I have for you today. If you would like more videos like this of just little chats about things that I focus on teaching my children, about their character and things like that, let me know in the comments. It was great chatting with you, and I will see you soon.